In this video, I will talk about the chmod command. This command is used to alter or change file access permissions in Linux. So let's dive into the basics of this command and see 6 different examples of using the chmod command in the Ubuntu terminal. Now the first thing which would come in your mind is, what is chmod command? The term chmod stands for change mode in Linux, which means this command can be used to access file permissions in Linux, that is, to make a file readable, writable, and executable depending on the user needs. Now let's talk about the basic syntax of this command, which would be something like this. It starts with the keyword chmod, then we can provide options and also multiple options if we want. After that, we give the mode, which cannot be of multiple type, and then the name of the file or the multiple file systems. Now I will demonstrate 6 different examples to help you better understand the uses of the chmod command. So let's proceed. In the first example, I will show you how to give permissions using the normal expressions of the chmod command. So let's see it in details. For this example, I have already created a file named file1.txt. Now I have already checked the file permissions of this file. File permissions are viewed on the leftmost side. The first part represents whether it is a file or a directory. Next 3 parts represent the permissions of the owner group, and the next 3 parts represent the permission of the user groups, and the last 3 parts represent the permissions of the other groups. Now suppose I want to add the write and executable permission for the other groups. To do this, I will use the chmod command. I will write chmod. Now I will choose the mode, so I will use the other group. For this I have to type O, which stands for others. Now I will set the permissions of the other group to read, write, and execute. For this, I will write equals, then rwx. R stands for read, W stands for write, and X stands for executable. After this, I will mention the file name, which is file1.txt. After hitting enter, the file permissions will be updated. To see this, I will again type the command ls-l file1.txt. As you can see, now the other groups have read, write, and executable permissions. In the second example, I will show you how to revoke permissions using the normal expression of the chmod command. So let's see how it works. For this example, I have already created a file named file2.txt. Now I will check the file permissions using the ls-l command. As you can see, this file has got read and write permissions for the user group. Now suppose I want to revoke this permission. For this, I have to use the chmod command like this. Here, for the mode operation, I have used group and set it to null, meaning it won't have any of the free permissions. So let's execute the command. Now I will see the file permission again. As you can see, it has none of the options for the user group. In example 3, I will show you how to give back permission using logical operators by using the chmod command. So let's see it in details. Now suppose I want to give back all the permissions read, write, and executable to the file named file2.txt. For this, I will first provide the read permission. I will add the read permission for the groups of the user. So here I have written G plus R, meaning G stands for groups, R stands for read permission, and plus sign means adding the permission. Next, I will add the write permission. And lastly, I will add the executable permission. Now if I want to check whether the permissions had been added or not, I will use the ls-l command. As you can see, the file has all the 3 permissions read, write, and executable for the user groups. In this example, I will show you how to revoke permissions using logical expressions of the chmod command. So let's see how it works. For this case, I will use the same file, file2.txt. I will revoke the read permission from the others group. So for this, I will use the chmod command and write O-R, meaning I will remove the read permission from the others group. Then I will write the name of the file, which is file2.txt. Now I will check the file permissions again. As you can see, the read permission has been removed from the others group. In this example, I will show you how to change permissions for all the users, meaning the owner of the file, the groups or members of the file, and the other users. So let's see how it works. First, I will show you the file permissions of file1.txt. As you can see, the owner, the members, and the other user all have read permissions. Now suppose I want to remove the read permissions from all the groups. For this, I will type chmod a-r, then the name of the file, which is file1.txt. Here A stands for all the groups and -r stands for removing the read permission. Now I will check the permission again. As you can see, the read permission is being removed from all the groups. In the last example, I will show you how to use the octal notation to give back permissions using the chmod command. So let's see how it works. Let's see the file permissions of file1.txt. As you can see, none of the groups have read permissions. Now suppose I want to give back the read permissions to all the groups. For this, I'll use the octal notation. I'll type chmod 667, then the name of the file. Here, each octal number represents 3 bits of binary numbers. 6 is represented as 110 in binary and 7 is represented as 111. For the first user group, I have written 6, meaning 110. Here 1 stands for each of the 3 bits. First one will give the read permission and the second one will give the write permission, and the 0 will not give any permissions. Same goes for the members of the groups, which will give the read and write permissions, and for the other groups, it will give all the 3 permissions, as 7 stands for 111. Now I'll execute the command. Now let's see the file permissions. As you can see, the owner has read and write permission, members of the group has read write permissions, and other groups have read write and execute permission, just like before. So this was all in this video. If you want to study further, please refer to the article provided in the description below. Thank you for watching.